Sa loob ng maraming taon, naging sandigan ng maifip ng mga kababayan nating walang kakayahang magbayad para sa serbisyong medikal. Ngayon, may mga panukala upang matiyak na ito ay may sa batas. Ang Senate Bills number 404 and 409 na inihain ni na Senators Ping Lacson at Vice Chair Bongo na layuning gawing mas matatag ang programa, malinaw ang mandato at mas epektibong makatugon sa ating mga kababayan. Bagaman dinidinig natin ang mga panukalang ito, I would like to share some of my observations when it comes to the implementation of medical assistance programs. Kung tutuusin, para na rin nagsashopping ang mga pasyente para sa tama at sapat na tulong medikal. Papasok sila ng hospital na may PhilHealth, umaasang mako-cover ng zero balance billing, kukulangin sa ibang gastusing medikal at lalakad papuntang maifip. At kapag kinulang pa rin, tatakbo at pipila naman sa opisina ng mga senador, kongresista o sino mang public official. Ang ending, triple ang pagod at butas pa rin ang bulsa ng ating kababayang may sakit. Sana po hindi na ganito. Magkakahiwalay at magulo ang mga programa. So, paano po natin matitiyak na hindi nalilito o nahihirapan lalo ang ating mga kababayan na nangangailangan na ng tulong at higit sa lahat, paano po natin maisasaayos ang paggamit ng pondo at maiiwasan ng korupsyon sa ganitong klase ng sistema? So, given this fragmentation, paano natin masisiguro na itong mga programa nagtatrabaho synergistically para ma-provide ang efficient resource allocation at sapat na financial protection para sa ating mahihirap at vulnerableng kababayan?
Provide a very brief assessment of MAIP. No? So we've been doing a lot of this study at PIDS, and this is how we see it. No? So we recognize the good intention of the bill, especially its aim to institutionalize it, no, and reduce the political nature of MAIP. No? But I think it's important for us to answer a more fundamental question. No? Para saan po ba yung MAIP? So, in our assessment, is it a catastrophic fund or it's just a mechanism to address the challenges sa PhilHealth? Kasi our appreciation, Madam Chair, is that magkaiba po kasi yung operational and fiscal implications, yung dalawang aspeto na yun. No? So if we are talking about catastrophic funding like in many other countries, it's very disease specific, no? Meaning kino-cover lang niya yung certain conditions or certain diagnostic procedures. While when we're talking about like a gap filler of PhilHealth, binabayaran niya yung hindi kayang bayaran ng PhilHealth. Magkaiba po kasi yung role po na tinutugunan ng MAIP as a catastrophic fund or as a gap filler of PhilHealth. No? So, if MAIFIP is truly a catastrophic in nature, its scope, budget, administrative, and monitoring requirements must be tightly defined, actually grounded, and disease or intervention specific. Hindi po niya dapat dinuduplicate yung PhilHealth. So in many other countries, they use catastrophic funds, for example, to fund rare conditions, right? So, or a very high cost interventions that cannot be covered by their insurance systems, right? Because of budgetary issues or HTA issues. So yun, magkaiba po siya. But if MAIFIP becomes a permanent gap filler, it signals a deeper structural failure of PhilHealth. No? In the case, for example, if that is the case, then the reforms must then be strengthening PhilHealth ability to purchase services from facilities, no, rather than creating another system. No. So if you look at global practices, Madam Chair, many countries like, for example, Indonesia, Vietnam, or Turkey, they tried to reduce the fragmentation in their system rather than creating a mechanism because pag marami pong fragmentation, mas mahirap pong makapag-purchase yung PhilHealth, no? Or makipag-negotiate sa facilities with lower costs or higher quality of care. So, I think yung position lang po namin sa PIDS, Madam Chair, is kailangan lang po natin linawin whether MAIFIP will become a catastrophic fund or whether it's a temporary gap or a temporary solution to fill the gap in the challenges in PhilHealth. So, yun lang po, Madam Chair.
Yun lang po. Pero napaka-importante. Oo, yung mga tanong nyo are advising the committee how to proceed on this. Catastrophic fund ba ang MAIFIP o temporary filler para sa PhilHealth? So it makes me think, for example, sabi nyo kasi hindi dapat i-duplicate ng MAIFIP yung PhilHealth. So kung strategic tayo, we should be working primarily or eventually only on strengthening PhilHealth. And kung sinasabi nyo, temporary filler lang ba ang MAIFIP para sa PhilHealth? So, meron po ba kayong, nasakop ba ng pag-aaral ng PIDS na mayroong phasing out, may sunset provision, may scaling down ba ng MAIFIP habang patuloy na sinescale up ang PhilHealth? Or did you contemplate na mangyari ito overnight or yun na nga, gradually?
So, ang nakikita kasi namin, Madam Chair, is bakit po nagkakaroon ng out-of-pocket ang isang pasyente? At the hospital level po kasi, nagkakaroon po ng out-of-pocket because yung mga hospital, yung operating cost nila ay hindi tugma dun sa revenues. Diba? So, ang revenues ng hospital ay PhilHealth, subsidy ng DOH, and other revenues, no? It could be from MAIP, etc. So, kung hindi sapat yon yung mga revenues na yun sa operating expenses, mapo-force yung mga hospital to actually mapo-force yung hospital to incur to ask patients to pay, right? Because kulang yung revenues nila to cover their operating expenses. Ang nakikita namin challenge po kasi ngayon is mahirap po kasi natin malaman yung operating expenses ng hospital. So if we have a visibility kung ganito yung operating expenses ng hospital at ito yung revenues nila, malalaman na natin na paano fill yung gap. Then we can address yung question nyo kanina, Senator Bongo, na mawawalan tayo ng out of pocket kasi ngayon hindi ata nagbabalance yung revenue and operating expenses.
Ma'am, since we're with you po, sa tingin po ba ng department, dapat nating i-institutionalize ang MAIFIP or for a limited period lamang?
Our take, as mentioned earlier by Dr. Domingo, we might want to institutionalize it for a time, but until such a time that we would be able to implement the strategies which is embedded in our healthcare financing strategy, then we would also be, of course, guided by evidence. Salamat po.
Salamat din. At maganda po yun na yung posibleng irerekomenda nyong plano dito sa isang importanteng programa ay na-contextualize dun sa longer term na roadmap nyo. Dr. Domingo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To support yung sinabi po ni Asek Beltran, in legislative language, pwede ho nating lagyan ng reference dun sa Philippine National Health Accounts. So pag nakita natin na may particular set point na umabot na doon yung porsyento ng out of pocket, baka pwedeng either ma-restrict na yung usage ng MAIFIP to kasi ito po yung sinasabi ni Dr. Ulep kanina na ano ba ang punto ng MAIFIP? Yan ba ay pantapal butas dun sa kahirapan ng PhilHealth na magbayad sa ngayon na inaayos na naman nila. So pag tumigil na yung ulan o kaya tumigil na yung tulo dun sa bubong ng PhilHealth, then di rin natin kailangan yung MAIFIP or mag-iiba na siya ng purpose. So yun po yung objective kasi favorite question po yan sa TWGs. When do we apply the sunset provision? What is the technical basis by which we will trigger? So yun po yung Philippine National Health Accounts. Thank you, Madam Chair.